Good evening, I'm Patricia Vallone with a CTV News update. A federal veterans health care bill gets final passage in Congress. The U.S. Senate passed the measure last night. It now goes to President Biden to be signed into law. The legislation will help fund 2 veterans clinics in Maryland, including one in Prince George's. Dr. James Dula, who heads the county's Office of Veteran Affairs, says the funds are desperately needed.
We're very excited to have a new CBOC come to the county. A CBOC is a community-based outpatient clinic that is provided for veterans in the neighborhoods where they live, work, and raise their families. Our county executive has worked very hard to get a CBOC here, and it's been approved, and we're so happy about that. So now veterans will be able to go to a brand new state-of-the-art facility and get health care that they need for various conditions and illnesses.
The new facility will be much larger than the existing one in South County. An emotional day in a Prince George's County courtroom yesterday as a 14-year-old boy was sentenced for the killing of a 13-year-old last year. The teenager, who was 12 years old when he gunned down King Douglas, was sentenced to indefinite supervised probation. He was also ordered to undergo counseling and anger management. He must also wear a GPS tracking device. Tears filled the courtroom during the 2-hour sentencing hearing. The boys were at Ritchie Station Court in Capitol Heights in April of 2021 when a fight broke out between 2 groups. The victim's family wanted a much tougher penalty for the teen, but the judge told the court he had to follow state law as it pertains to juveniles. Well, here are the latest COVID-19 numbers for our area. The Maryland Department of Health has confirmed 1,532 new cases. The county's positivity rate continues to hover around 15%. 11 Marylanders have died of COVID over the past 24 hours. 621 people are in the hospital. In Prince George's, police continue to investigate a fatal shooting incident in Temple Hills. It happened here yesterday morning in the 4900 block of Sharon Road. When officers arrived, they found an adult male near the side of the home suffering from gunshot wounds. The victim, identified as 23-year-old Tayon Herod of Temple Hills, was pronounced dead on the scene. Anyone with information on the case is asked to contact police at 1-866-411-TIPS. And you're watching CTV News. I'm Patricia Vallone. We'll be back in just a moment.
You're not too cool for me. And in return, I reciprocate that sentiment. I'll never be too cool for you. I was a man with a plan, but now I'm a dad with a decree, and you can't take that from me. Please let it be noted that I told my job they can dock my pay. Right now it's just too important to take you to school every day. I want to be legendary for you. I want you to puff out your chest when you go to school, the same way I do. I walk taller because of you, because I found everything to live for.
Welcome back. 65 House Democrats file a brief urging the U.S. Supreme Court to uphold the role that race plays in college admission policies. The affirmative action case centers around Harvard University and the University of North Carolina. Legal experts say the court's decision could reshape the use of affirmative action in higher education, overturning admission policies that seek to achieve a diverse student body. Maryland Democratic Representatives Anthony Brown, Kwesi Mfume, Steny Hoyer, and Jamie Raskin have all signed on to the brief. Maryland Attorney General Brian Frosh is joining a nationwide anti-robocall litigation task force. The goal of the 50-state effort is to cut down on robocalls by investigating and taking legal action against the companies responsible for bringing foreign robocalls into the U.S. Frosh says the calls are not just annoying, but often they are schemes by fraudsters and scammers. Now, according to Frosh, scammers took nearly $30 billion through fraudulent calls. The task force will focus on so-called gateway providers, companies that allow foreign calls into the U.S. In the meantime, you can register with the Do Not Call registry by going to donotcall.gov. Well, just a few weeks ago, the Federal Reserve raised interest rates by 0.75%. University of Maryland professor Shabnam Kalum-Lioskan says the action will increase the cost of borrowing for households and for businesses. In turn, she says this will decrease the demand for goods, lower the cost of prices, and reduce inflation.
Any debt product, basically any debt that can be a student debt, car debt, or house debt, if that has a floating rate, if you are financing that debt with a floating rate, then your financing cost is going to increase. Your debt service is going to be harder, right? If you are buying a new house, the same way, the same thing, right? You are buying a new house, you have to negotiate that contract at these higher interest rates, so that means that is a higher borrowing cost.
The professor recommends that if you have a large amount of credit card debt, to pay it off as soon as possible. CCI Health Services is preparing for its annual event to bring awareness to the challenges pregnant women face locally. This fall, it's hosting the 5th annual Run Baby Run fundraiser event to assist moms and babies. The event will support CCI's prenatal program, which helps women get access to quality health care, especially here in Prince George's.
Our prenatal program was born from the need that Prince George's County needed to have more access points for prenatal care. In the state of Maryland, Prince George's County happens to have one of the worst outcomes, birth outcomes in Maryland. And that was our call to action. We had a footprint in the county, and we knew we could make a difference by creating access to not only prenatal care, but excellent prenatal care.
The Run Baby Run event will take place October 1st and is open to everyone. Well, since 2016, the Junior Academy of the Performing Arts in College Park, also known as Joppa, has provided a professional experience for young aspiring thespians. We visited their summer camp to get a behind-the-scenes look before their grand performance.
Very good. Everybody do that.
I am an educator within the Prince George's County Public School System, and I have been working with Joppa since summer of 2008. My experience with these young people has been life-changing. Now give me one big old long siren. I want you to shoot your voice like a rocket. For example, shoo! Go. I have been able to lead, I think this is my 3rd or 4th production here at the Clarice Center for the Performing Arts, and this time around is special.
Left, forward, back, right, back, forward. Good. Creating choreo, honestly, I create 2 or 3 dances at a time and then teach them the next day, play the song, improv it, and then figure out what is doable for this age group and then put that together. I started Joppa when I was 8 years old, when I was doing summer camp. That's how I first got exposed to musical theater, and that really just sparked my love for it. So when I went to college, I go to UMBC, and I'm studying acting.
This age group, it's such an impressionable age, and developmentally, they are learning so much, not just about music and the arts and acting and performing, but they're building their self-confidence, and they're learning incredible teamwork.
And that's an adjective, like this and that. And then there's but, that's really the opposite. Not this, but that. And then there's or, O-R, when you have a choice between this or that.
My favorite moment was my solo, because it was a lot of fun to sing a song on my own.
You just can express yourself with the improv and with a lot of other stuff.
Well, this is my first time ever doing musical theater, and I think it's really great because it's teaching me the fundamentals of dance and better singing skills.
This is a very good program for someone that is actually just starting out. I think that they're very supportive.
Joppa's grand performance takes place on Friday. And coming up later on the news, our pet segment takes a look at 2 adorable kittens. Stay with us.
My Shiro stretches every dollar, puts in long hours, puts others first. But now it's your time, Mom. Get free tips to help boost your retirement savings now at aceyourretirement.org.
Thanks for staying with us. Well, Montgomery County Police need your help finding a missing person. 15-year-old Liz Samaron Banegas is from Gaithersburg. She was last seen in the 400 block of Muddy Branch Road. She's 5'1" and weighs 120 pounds. Police and family are concerned for her welfare. If you have any information on her whereabouts, you're asked to contact police. A Hyattsville man pleads guilty to involuntary manslaughter in the death of a pedestrian in Alexandria. The defendant is 46-year-old Freddie Dominguez. According to reports, Dominguez made a wide turn from Mount Vernon Avenue onto West Glebe Road and struck pedestrian Roy Alvarez, who was at a sidewalk. Now, Alvarez died on the scene. Dominguez is expected to be sentenced in September and faces up to 10 years in prison. The Maryland State Athletic Hall of Fame plans to posthumously induct Len Bias on October 13th. Bias was a two-time ACC Player of the Year, a consensus first-team All-American, and ACC Athlete of the Year while playing at the University of Maryland. He finished as the Terrapins' all-time points leader with 2,149. The Boston Celtics selected the 6' 8" forward on June 17, 1986. His life was cut short 2 days later when he died of a cardiac arrhythmia due to a drug overdose. In 2021, Bias was inducted into the National Collegiate Basketball Hall of Fame. The Maryland Department of Agriculture and the Prince George's Health Department are expanding mosquito spraying in our area. Tomorrow night, trucks will be targeting a 3/4-mile radius around 57th Place and J Street in Fairmont Heights. Spraying will occur around 7:30 p.m. unless it's raining, at which point it will be rescheduled. Officials say the chemicals used are safe, but they urge residents to stay inside during the spraying. For more information, call 410-841-5870. Here are our two adorable pets of the week. Meet Carrots and Smalls. These cute kittens are looking for a new loving home. Animal Management's Megan Staub says they're sweet, playful, and lovable.
This week we actually have two. Their names are Carrots and Smalls. They came to us with their mom, who the mom wasn't very nice, so we did what is called TNR for her and put her back outside where she was much happier. And these two are now about 3.5 months old. They are very sweet, very playful. Carrots is kind of practicing his acrobats, but they are very lovable kittens that are ready for their homes.
If you're interested in adopting the kittens, call 301-780-7201 for more information. And now let's get a quick check on our weather forecast tonight. Mostly clear skies, lows near 74. Tomorrow, sunny and possible showers, highs around 95. Friday, mostly sunny with possible thunderstorms, highs near 91. And Saturday, partly sunny skies with showers, highs around 88. And for your community calendar, the Negro League Legends Hall of Fame is hosting a vintage baseball game and auto showcase benefit. Get the chance to play in the East versus West game and meet former league players. The game and showcase will be held Saturday, August 6th at the Prince George's Stadium. Gates open at 1 p.m. The event is free and open to the public. You can register online or at the stadium from 7:30 to 9:15 Saturday morning. And that wraps up our CTV News Update. I'm Patricia Vallone. Have a great night.